everyone. We are back with another session of Marktalks, an initiative by the Marketing Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh College, University of Delhi. I am Gauri Taneja, and alongside me is Karan, and we'll be your hosts for today's inspiring conversation.
Hi everyone, we are thrilled to open this session with a truly exceptional guest, someone who has mastered communication, leadership, marketing, and personal brand building. Our guest for today is someone whose journey feels like a masterclass in reinvention. She is an international speaker, an image consultant, three times TED speaker, Mrs. India World Runner up, author of the book named Tear the Fear, and the founder and director of the Indian Academy of Public Speaking. We are super excited to have Ms. Shikha Nag with us.
Thank you
From
so
managing,
much. A big thank you.
we are honored to have you here, ma'am. From managing
Well,
marketing
thank you
and
so much.
From managing marketing and communications at the Taj Group to building many centers of the Indian Academy of Public Speaking to training thousands across India, her journey is powerful, inspiring, and deeply insightful for anyone stepping into the world of communication and marketing.
And today we get to uncover her story. So without further delay, welcome to Mark Talks, ma'am. We are truly honored to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Ask whatever you want to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we have so much to learn from your experiences. Mom, you have had such an inspiring journey from being someone who once had stage fear to becoming an international speaker. Was there a moment where things just clicked for you and you realized, yes, what I want to do?
Okay, so let me begin with how actually I started Indian Academy of Public Speaking and why I started, and that will give you a little glimpse of my journey. I had a break of about 8 years. I was working with multinational companies and I had a break of 8 years. And after that, I was wondering, what do I do? I would say that I was in that zone where I was not, or I call it as a comfort zone or just lost. I didn't know what to do. How do I come back? Because now you're talking of all this women empowerment and everything. Around 2010, it wasn't like that. If you're on a break, you're out of the market. You've completely got out of your skills and knowledge. So when I wanted to come back to work, I was like very lost. So I tried a lot of other things from baking to working in a small company. I did everything. And then one day, I don't know what happened. And I said, let me start something small and let me try teaching students this art of public speaking. Also, I saw my younger son struggling with confidence. And then when I started helping him, I was like, this is not only him, it reminded me of my own story when I was like this. In my childhood, I was a completely lost, submissive child. My parents would have given hopes on me. I was so shy that I would not say even yes or no. But it was that opportunity that one teacher gave to me to go in the assembly and just say a thought of the day. That opportunity just came to me again and again. And trust me, I don't know how I changed from that shy, submissive child to becoming the head girl, vice captain, then winning elections, and so on. I saw the same journey with my younger son. And then I realized that it is the journey for many. What if I help them? What if I become the same teacher, the teacher who came in my life and changed my life? And that was just that moment that I said, okay, let me just start with one batch. Trust me, I only had 5 students when I actually announced that I wanted to do a public speaking session during summer camps. And out of those 5 children who joined my batch, 2 were my own, right? So I only had 3 students who joined me. But then from those 5, how I became 15 to 20 to now more than 20,000 students, and we have taken them live on stage. I don't know how it just happened. I would just give credit to the parents, to all the students who trusted us, and at the same time encouraged me, Shikha, what's next? What is it you're coming up again? So I think I would give due credit to them for trusting me, for encouraging me, my team who worked with me day and night. And I think that that's how it all happened. So there is no magical thing or one day I got up and I got this idea. No, it was just, I just started with one batch. Fortunately, it worked. People trusted me, and then I came. But having said that, in 2018, I wanted to close it because it really took toll on me, on my financials, everything, physical, because I was running centers here and there alone. I was managing everything. It really took toll on me. And it was in 2018, I decided I'm going to close it down. And I still remember it was 8th September 2018, and we were having 6 shows. So when I talk of 6 shows, these are in auditorium where all our students will go and perform. So they're divided in 6 shows. Like, every batch, 25 students will perform. Then they perform, they go out, another set come in. That day, and this is for everyone, and that actually changed. And every time I talk about it, I get emotional. So sorry if I do. There was this one child from our JP Nagar center. I remember getting a call from my coach, and she told me, Shikha, I think the child has clinical stammering, and we have only 4 weeks left to go for the show. And I was like, don't worry, it's okay. I spoke to our clinical psychologist. She gave me some exercises. I went to the JP Nagar center, and the child till now, it is 2025, he doesn't know that I know. And I went and I just did the rehearsals with him, with those exercises without him getting conscious about it. And then came that show where he was supposed to perform. He walked in and he was walking with slouching shoulders, and I was though not breathing when he was about to perform. So I was just crossing my fingers, not breathing, and I was just waiting for him to finish. And he did. And beautifully he did. And then when I looked back at the audience, I saw his father tearing up. And then after that, there was another show, the 4th show that we had on the same day. There was one child from our Malleshwaram center. The show got over. The parent came and she held my hand and she was like, you have no idea what your academy has done today. I was like, well, who's your child? And she told me that her child is mild autistic and dyslexic. Trust me, nobody in the audience got to know that the child had any such thing. And that moment, I was like, there is something right. It's a message from there that I just try to continue. And just like this, I have just continued every time, every 2 to 3 years when it becomes too much. And I'm like in this, okay, I need to slow down or I want to give up or this. Another such story comes in, just push me and then I just continue. So I think it is the love, encouragement, and maybe the purpose of this academy that has just kept us going, and not just defining moment. These are different moments that keeps coming in my life and keep inspiring me. Just go more, do more, reach out more people, and see the magic happening. So this is how I just am going on.
Truly, ma'am, good teachers do shape our lives, and from having one to becoming one for others is such an inspiring journey. And the way you talk about the situations that you've handled has just made me more grateful and conscious about the decisions that I am making for my future path and moving towards it.
So, ma'am, now to the next
Sorry, I'm not
question.
able to hear you clearly, Gauri. Your voice is breaking.
Share the next question.
All right. I'll repeat myself, ma'am. So I was just saying that from having such a good teacher that has shaped your life and to becoming one for others is such an inspiring journey. And the situations that you have shared with us just puts me in a better place to think about my future path and move towards it in a graceful manner.
Thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, now
I just hope that we continue doing the same work and keep getting the blessings.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now to the second question. You have worked in hospitality, travel, education, and training, industries that all require deep human understanding. So, how did these diverse experiences shape your leadership and communication style?
I would rather call it, each experience has helped me to the world that I have created today. I specifically give this credit to Taj Group of Hotels where I was working. The grooming, the way we used to handle clients, the kind of experience that we wanted to give it to our clients, I just continued that with me. I remember working with the Rambagh Palace. Taj was taking over Rambagh Palace in Jaipur. And I had this opportunity, great opportunity to work with one of the general managers. And I saw that it is not about like, oh, I have created a team, they will do the job. If it comes to customers, if it comes to the work, he will just take his, jacket off and then and then you will see that whole spark in the team. So the sense of ownership that I saw in people, right, my managers that I had the opportunity to work with, I think I'm carrying those learnings from them, right? It is not just about creating a team and then working around. It's all about taking ownership. And when you do that, right, your team automatically takes ownership. So it is not about getting the work done. It's just to making sure that you do it with your full heart, and the best learning that I carry from Taj is creating that value for your customers. Go out of the way to make sure that your customer feels valued, taken care. So I think that learning I take from my hospitality or Taj Group of Hotels. When it comes to education and the training, I would say the methodology, right, that we can bring in to create more or an experiential learning for our students is what I learn, and I would say that I'm carrying it from my education and training background. And I think each one of us, it's not just me, Karan or Gauri, it is every one of us, the experiences that we come across, they're all created with an intent to take you where you are today or where you're going to be in the future. So I think whether it is my hospitality, education, training, all those experiences were consciously designed, not by me, by the superpower is designed to create the world that I should be in. And I think it is the case with not me, each one of us. So cherish every moment, every experience, whether it is hard, whether it is smooth, whether it is full of joy, whether it is full of guilt or whatever. It is all created to design your journey and your path to take you to the destination that you're meant for. So yes, it all has helped me.
So that very well proves that experiences do shape expression.
It shapes your world.
True, ma'am.
Ma'am, moving on to one of your most glorious moments, I'm sure of it. I can just imagine it, the stage, the lights, the cheers. Your Mrs. India journey is both bold and empowering. What motivated you to enter a national pageant? Was it a bold, confident step, a spontaneous decision, or something more emotional?
So you asked me whether it was spontaneous, decision, emotional. Well, let me put it that way. A little hidden desire that I had when I was a young girl watching Shushmita Sen winning Mrs. Universe or Miss Universe. And so I think we all have different those hidden desires because of certain reasons we are not able to fulfill or our backgrounds or our circumstances. So when in 2016, I was on a break, as I told you, and I came across this opportunity. Somehow it just like, now let me try, at least let me try. Okay, so when this opportunity came, I just went. Maybe that little hidden desire just came out. Maybe that little girl who wanted to be on that stage got that courage. Now it's the time. Now there's nothing to lose, right? So then maybe it was just that made me to go for that pageant. And let me say that pageant really helped me to bring the confidence, because when you're on that break, and I did talk about it in my first TEDx talk, is that when you're in that comfort zone, or when you get to that zone of when you're on a break, you really need that courage, you really need that amount of confidence to come back. So I think that Mrs. India win helped me to come back from that break that I had taken to, or gave me that little confidence that not that I didn't have, but with that break, somewhere it just get little hazy, and I just needed to bring it back. And I think that Mrs. India journey just helped me to do so.
Yes, ma'am. Crying does to take courage, and the desire is so real. I still go back and look at the like the winner speeches when the news comes out that there's new Mrs. India, Miss World, or anything. It is just so
Yeah,
inspiring.
right? And
Like it is
yeah.
so inspiring and motivating to hear them talk at that stage to give those answers, which are just so beautifully said.
I whole experience is different. It gives you that amount of confidence, and I keep saying stage is powerful. The stage is extremely empowering.
Yes, ma'am.
So, ma'am, now to your startup journey. When you started the Indian Academy of Public Speaking, what was the spark that made you create your own space for communication training?
Well, as I did mention in my story, that I started with those 5 students, then how it became to thousands, it's just the little persistence that I just had. And again, the transformation that we were witnessing in each student from the day they join us, and then finally when they go on stage, that's when I decided that this is the space I want to be in, because it is not just about money, it is not just about business, it is not just about entrepreneurship, leadership, nothing. It is about the purpose that gives me so much of fulfillment. I can't tell you. When I see it's not just, when you should come for our stage shows, you will see when the child, and especially when we as trainers, we saw them on day one. They are not able to speak. They are shivering, they are shaking, they're very nervous. And when they confidently on the 10th or the 11th week, they go live on stage in front of audience, camera action, and you see them performing. You will see me crying 3-4 times in every show, right? And not only me, all my coaches, because especially when their students are performing, right? We have seen, and not only that, I also see my parents crying, right? When I say all our students' parents are crying, and we see those journeys, and then after witnessing those some special journeys, it just made it very clear for me, this is a space where I want to be, because it gives me purpose, it gives me fulfillment, and you have no idea the amount of joy we get when we see our students, and not only young students, even some professionals. You have no idea. I have directors, I even coach managing directors, and you see their journey. You have we think that, oh, they are on that level, they are not nervous, they'll be so much of they will have a lot of confidence, but they have a lot at stake. So going on stage is very different. So when you actually go through their journeys, and when you help them out, and when they are able to go on stage and they're able to do what they are, aiming for, you have no idea. My day is so beautifully charged. I would have 8 hours. I would have been standing, giving or taking classes, instructions, taking trainings, but in spite of that, I'm so overcharged. I feel that I get some 10,000 volt of energy after doing so when I witness those transformations. So I think all of that together just made me very clear, this is the place I want to be. This is where I want to create legacy before I leave this world. That's all that I aim for.
As a founder, it's truly inspiring and motivating to see your students grow in front of you as helping them. It's
Yeah.
truly inspiring and motivating.
Well, ma'am, we are the marketing society now. So, what fun is it if we don't ask about your marketing strategy? You've built many centers of the Indian Academy of Public Speaking. So, how did you use marketing principles like positioning and storytelling to grow your own brand?
Okay, good question. let's get to some basics of marketing, right? When it comes to, we all have heard, we've all learned about the P's and all of that. So the first thing that you should be very clear is, what are you offering it to your customers? Do you understand your customers? Do you understand their requirements? Are you listening it to them? So the most important thing, see, every business is different. Their marketing stories are going to be different. But what I would like to tell each one of you is that your journey is going to be different. But if you really want to enjoy that journey, if you really want to make it big when it comes to marketing, listen to your customers. Listen to what and they will help you. And now when I talk about the product, okay, so I started with a very simple product in a class. Now imagine we are training, we are pan-India partners with big fours of the world. To reach there, all that I was doing is listening and then working on it. So I started with one program, then they came back and we used to ask, like, okay, how do you feel? What do you want more? And not only that, they only used to tell us also. So we used to listen and we used to work on that. So we used to create another program. Then we used to work on it. Then we used to create another programs. So another program, and like that, we've got many programs. And that's how we have worked on our product. And then it comes to, how do you position it? But positioning should be, again, after listening to your customers, right? It should not be like, I want to bracket it here, this price and that price. I was very clear, I want to position on the utmost value that I'm providing it to my customers. What is that? So it is not, we are not just a training institute, right? Where people come and, they can learn public speaking. We are the only company who is not only training you, but also taking you live on stage. Because if you understand the product which is public speaking, you cannot learn public speaking from books, YouTubes, the Udemy's of the world. You learn public speaking by going on stage. Can you learn swimming without going into the pool? Tell me. Right? No. So you cannot learn public speaking without going on stage. So we understood, and we every day, Karan, Gauri, the team, we work on our product. How can we make sure that we create that experience? We create a fantastic product for our customers. And for that, we listen, we research, we work. So my first priority is, what is that I'm offering it to my customer? And the second, when it comes to positioning, as I said, if you're giving value, if your customers see value in your product, they will come to you. So we fortunately have a good word of mouth. But having said that, you are in this world of social media. You have to, if you want to scale up, if you want to reach out, create a good social media marketing strategy. So I would say initially, I did not even have a team. Right now, we are investing in our social media. The idea is that we reach out to more customers. Right. And so we are working a lot on social media. So if you are in marketing, if you're not working on your social media, you will be out of the market very soon. We understand it. And now I think everyone should understand. So social media is a great way to invest. That is one area that we all should invest. And again, listen to your customers, work on your product. Right? And the other marketing strategies, whether you're using direct marketing, this marketing, that marketing, they all will work. You will figure that out. I always say you will figure that out based if you are listening to your customers. I listen to my customers. I talk to them day in, day out. I make sure I'm taking feedbacks very, very sincerely. And if someone tells me, and I'll give you this example, we started this model imagination training, okay, for the students. One parent came to me a couple of months back. She said, we need training when it comes to Model United Nations because schools are just doing the competitions and students are quite lost initially when they go as beginners. I was like, okay. I was like, how do I do it? I've never done this. Then we got the team, we got experts, we sat down, we did one demo, and then now we are offering the trainings. We've done sessions. We used to do what you call competitions in Model United Nations. Now we're creating trainings. So we listen, they ask, and I feel they ask and we create. So listen to your customers, they are asking. If you're watching, You'll get your clues there, and that's my marketing strategy. Work on my product continuously and listen to my customers. And along with that, work on the other medias and the channels which are available for you to reach out to more customers. And we figure it out, and the journey is different.
Truly, ma'am. The importance of social media is actually something no one can question in today's times. So, just something personal for the
Yes.
students. Nowadays, we are trying to position ourselves on LinkedIn as our personal brand, so that when we do sit for interviews and all, the company already knows that what we are. So, would you have any tips for the students to better position themselves on LinkedIn?
This is something that I keep talking to students when I go for a lot of guest lectures to MBA colleges and different colleges. See, and let me ask you, Gauri and Karan and the other students who are watching me, you all, what will you do on LinkedIn, right? You will either like someone's comment, basically you are also doing what other is doing. So how do you create that differentiation for yourself? That is something that you have to figure out. For example, if you are in finance, for example, if somebody is in finance, then you should be visible not only by putting comments on every this thing. You create something different. Maybe you create a different financial model, or there are a lot of financial modeling, which is, I was actually speaking to one of the students, and so they create a lot of financial models and they're supposed to create. So I said, just don't keep it to yourself, share it. They said, what if I'm wrong? I said, it's okay, then take feedback. That's when you're actually engaging. Then you say, oh, that's a great idea. I'm working on it. So you have to create your own strategy to be visible, and you cannot be sitting and thinking, oh, I have put in something on LinkedIn. I have done my job. I'm liking someone's comments. I'm commenting on someone's post and things like that. I'm regularly posting. What you're posting, is it interesting? Is it engaging? That is something that we all need to ask before putting something on social media, especially on LinkedIn, because let me tell you, everyone is doing the same thing. If I see like someone is reposting, posting, so how do you create that edge? For example, if you all keep going to the fest, right? You all participate in different fests and all of that. Now, suppose when you went there, you participated in one round, talk about it. What actually was the case study that you solved? How did you do it? What was your idea? You talk about those things that will engage. So you have that content with you. Bring out that content on LinkedIn. Just don't be so boring and don't do anything and everything that everyone is doing. You have to create edge over others. And fortunately, you're going in different colleges. You're getting a lot of opportunities these days. So these opportunities, bring those opportunities to LinkedIn, talk about it and see the difference. Because I was speaking to one of the students, as I mentioned, so I was telling that you just went in the fest, you won one of the fests. Why aren't you talking about each round? What was your mindset when you solved that case study? Right? What did you do? What was your opinion? What was your way of thinking? What was your perspective? Put that, talk about it. That's when people start reading, engaging. So you have to create a differentiation, a game of differentiation for yourself if you are on social media. Otherwise, you're there, but no one is watching.
Truly, ma'am, engagement and edge is something we all need to make for ourselves in today's world.
Now, ma'am, we will talk about your corporate experience. You have handled marketing and communication at the Taj Group, a brand known for excellence.
Yeah.
What's one campaign, guest story, or only in hospitality moment that still influences the way you communicate or train today?
From Taj, what is your question? Can you come again?
You've worked at the Taj Group. So, what's one campaign or a guest story or the only in hospitality moment that still influences you as a communicator or a trainer today?
Okay, there are many. One that I will talk about is I can't name because there are many such stories, but it's good not to name. But this was with. There's an experience. Let me talk about it. So this was with one of the clients that we were handling, and very tough, right? The kind of protocols that we got to follow was so strict that the whole hotel was running around, and we were all checking everything. There is no because it was a very, very big brand which was coming, and it was a big business that was coming to our to one of the hotels. And you won't believe that I even went, though it was not my job. I was in sales, right? It was a job of the housekeeping. It was not my job to check what is going in the cars which is going to the airport to pick them up, right? But we were very clearly instructed that there are certain products which cannot be there, right? Like in your fridge or in the cars, because the competition is coming and they would not like to see any of the products of their competition, right? So we had to make sure. So everyone was taking care, right? It is not like I'm from front office or you're from housekeeping. Everybody was double checking everything. I used to go and check mini bars to the cars which are going to the airport and all of that. And then again, every time there's something or the other is happening, and then when the main person arrived, the luggage was lost. So luggage was lost, as in she came from US and her luggage was not there. So she was so much in panic, and then helping her out to then something they ordered, and it wasn't there. It was not available in Jaipur. So right, to make sure that we get it from outside, to going out of the way. And by the time the conference or that whole event got over, and then the problem came with the payment, right? So taking that risk, then I had to reach out to my seniors, and then they had to sign, and then we had to let them go, and then they made the payment later. So from every this thing that there was something or the other, but we made sure that finally the event go very smooth, and it went very smooth. And once the main coordinator, she went back to US, and I got a gift, right? I just got a nice gift, a courier and all of that. And I was sitting in my cabin, and I got me and my, there was another lady in our banquet. We both got it because we were running around. We were we were actually there in the hotel 24 hours, right? And we got a gift from Tiffany's, right? So a small bracelet. Imagine she gave, because that is the journey that I remember. Not that because we got the gift, but she felt, right? And we think that everything has to be smooth. Things will not be smooth. You make them smooth, right? You have to make sure that you're there, you're taking care of things, because nothing in this world goes smooth. I wish it was, but it was one of the events that I handled where we had major challenges from the time of coming till they exited. It was every day, every minute. This is not there, that is not there. They used to come with some of the other demands, and but finally we managed. And the composure that the entire team showed to handle it, I think that is the story that I would like to talk about, is something that I carry. And this is the level of engagement that I want to create. My team should have when we are handling clients. In our company, when we handle parents, when we handle students, when we handle professionals, I want to make sure that, when they come here, they all come with a lot of nervousness, their own struggles and all of that. So I want to make sure when they go back, they feel they've been heard, they've been taken care, they've got the value, and it's a lifetime memory that we create for them. Because this is what I have learned from different stories and different experiences that I had in the hospitality industry.
I think these are the special moments we really cherish lifelong after coming to an end. So these special moments, we really make them in our corporate world.
Yes.
Ma'am, as an avid reader myself, I came across your book, Tear the Fear. It breaks down public speaking in such a relatable and beautiful way. But I'd like to ask, what was the behind the scenes moment Was there a particular incident or person that pushed you to finally write?
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I was about to give my first TEDx talk, and so I started curating and everything, and I started writing about it, and I realized that yeah, I can write. I mean, let me try. So I first wrote a blog and everything, and then I showed it to my sister. I would say she is the when it comes to the influence that I have in my life, I think it is my sister. And she's read that and she's like, why don't you write a book? Right. And then we were just sitting in one of the cafes and we're like, even I want to write. I said, okay, let's write. And then I knew that because public speaking is my genre, so I'm going to be writing on that. And that day we were just talking from here and there, and we both got the ideas and we both started writing our books. And you won't believe we both released at the same time. We both released our books at the same time. So I wrote the book, Tear the Fear, a 3D approach to public speaking. And she has this amazing book, Does Your Net Work? Right? So it's on networking by Shruti Jaiswal. So I think sometimes those simple talks in cafe can lead to something you actually would have never thought about. So I think those were little catching up that I was having with her. I just like that. I said, listen, I have written this blog. What are your comments on it? Do you like it? And she said, let's write, yeah. But let's try. And then we just started writing, and we used to go to cafes. I said, yeah, it's just so difficult at work because then you're distracted with so many things, and at home. So then we used to make sure that we take out 2 hours, we have our coffee in the cafe, and we are writing, we're carrying our laptops. And that's how I actually wrote. I started writing, and then the journey started, and finally we completed our books and we released it together.
And ma'am, how can students tear the fear in their own journeys?
Okay, how can students
Tear the fear in their own journeys.
This fear of public speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's talk about fears first, right? The only way to tear any fear is to face it. As simple as that. So you face it. Now, when it comes to public speaking, one thing that I want to tell to each one, whosoever is listening this, is that there is no perfect moment. There is no perfect speech, right? You prepare, you perform. You prepare, you practice, you perform. Simple. Again, you prepare your speeches. You first take the opportunity, you prepare for it, you practice it, you perform. Don't worry about perfection. But you just keep preparing, practicing, performing. Preparing, practicing, performing. And you will get there. You face it. You get there. So prepare. Whatever best resources that you have, in the best way you can, prepare and present and perform. Just do it. Don't worry about what people will say. Don't worry about, I think I want to go on stage when I think this is perfect. This is perfect. We are doing it 1,000 times. No, it won't. It is actually not going to work for you. You start small. Take baby steps, right? You start small. You start presenting in front of 5 people. You prepare and present. Then you start presenting. Once you get comfortable with 5, you then push yourself. Okay, can I do it with 10? Can I do it with 50? That's how. Start small, but take those baby steps. Start that journey. The problem with the people and the students and the professionals that I see is that they just don't want to start. They know they need it. They want it, but they just don't want to do the start. Right? There's a very nice saying that I recall is a man who moved the mountain started by removing small stones. So if you want to face your fears, you start by taking baby steps. When it comes to public speaking, prepare, practice, perform. So 3 Ps, not the 4 Ps of marketing, 3 Ps, prepare, practice, perform, prepare, practice, perform, and just delete 1 P from that, which is this whole myth of perfection. Trust me, you'll get there, you'll excel in it, and you will enjoy this journey. Forget about the fear.
That's such an important message for the students learning to put themselves out there. Like, don't chase perfection, but chase practice and consistency.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can say, not perfection, but persistence.
Yes.
Truly, ma'am, persistence goes a long way in life. Well, then, I'll just have to ask this because books play an integral part in how we view the world and shape our opinions. So, what's one book that has shaped your life or leadership approach, and why do you think students should read it?
I think everyone should read this book that I just love. I give to every of my client, which is called The Whale Done. It's not well done. It's Whale Done. Whale, whale the fish, by Glenn Benkar. It's a beautiful book about. So if I have to just talk about this book, this is the book about training the killer whales, right? So one person is in a show, he's watching this show and all of that, and then he speaks to the trainer and the learnings that he had, and he's sharing. If we start applying those both in our personal and professional spaces, I'm telling you, our lives will be so much better. Rather than waiting for things to fall down and people to fail, you encourage them, you take care of them on different checkpoint points, right? It's a wonderful book about positive reinforcement, and that is the methodology. So I was lucky I got my hands on this book at the right time before when I was starting this academy. And I make sure all our coaches and trainers are reading and going through this. And we call this is the methodology that we use. To talk about it, Gauri and Karan, in our academy, if there is a student, right, he's not performing for some reasons, right? We don't say, Arey, what you're doing, this is not right. Arey, no, you don't do this. No. So we tell people to keep eye for positives. Now, what do I mean by that is that you look out, right? You explain that. Okay, why don't we try moving our hands when we are talking like that? Just try. And then if he's doing this much also, oh, when you did that, no, that is fantastic. So we look out for those small, simple, even if a bit he's doing, we just talk about it. And I'm telling you the magic, they feel, oh, and you see from here, it was just moving. Yes, and you see automatically. So we try to build on the positives, and we have seen the negatives just get shadowed. So I feel this book just structured, or I would say created the ground for our academy, and we make sure we follow it with every student, every client. And now I think it should be part of our daily lives also. It can help you in your personal spaces as well. So I feel a great book, again, The Whale Done by Glenn Becker.
Truly, ma'am, that is such a good book by the way you have described it. I'm sure this will be going in the reading list of many readers, including mine.
And also, Gauri and Karen, I want to add why I read this book, because I don't like very fat books. I really don't like, because I feel it's difficult to finish them. But the font size is big. The messages are very clear in bullet points. That's the way we will talk in public speaking when we teach them, that be clear of your key words and key points. So it's very simple, good font size, written in a very simple but a very impactful manner, and easy to finish, easy to remember. So one reason to like this book is also that.
True, ma'am. Ma'am, and if you had to do it all over again, your career, your choices, your journey, would you choose the same path or something different?
I would choose to do the same thing again, no doubt about it. But having said that, yes, I only one change that I would like to make is that I really wish I had I had this opportunity when I was very young. I could have avoided a lot of things, a lot of not so good experiences that I had. I was bullied a lot when I was very young. I was a very different child. But having said that, if someone has taught us all this in schools, how to talk, how to communicate, and more than that, how to present, right? How to dress well, all of that, if that was taught to us in schools, I think my life definitely would have been way, way better when I was young. I was bullied a lot.
That's a meaningful reflection. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Before we conclude, we'd love to do a quick rapid fire round with you. Just the first thing that comes to
Oh,
mind.
rapid? Okay, this is
Yes, ma'am.
interesting.
Right. One myth about public speaking you wish people would stop believing.
That public speaking is not for introvert. I think that's a big myth that people should let go of. Public speaking is a skill that anyone can acquire. It's not only for the extroverts, even extroverts can fumble when they will be nervous on stage. So public speaking is a skill neutral to whether you're an extrovert or an introvert.
One thing you miss most about student life.
To be honest, nothing. I'll be very honest because I'm living that life right now also, right? All those adventures, thrills, because I run my own company. So running in budgets, I used to have that, when you're students, you have very little budget, you're managing in your little budgets and all of that. So I think I'm living that life right now. I am learning every month a different skill or I'm learning something or the other. So giving tests also because I feel that learning should never stop. So I'm still doing my exams, I'm still learning and taking courses, and I have a great social life. So I think I'm living a great student life. I really don't miss anything. I'm living the same because I think I'm still that same student I was. So I think I'm not missing anything. Actually, to be honest, yeah.
If you had to sum up your life philosophy in one line, just one line.
I'll figure it out. If I have to give one takeaway, one mantra to each one of you is just learn this, right? We remember that three idiot, all is well, all is well. I say I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I don't have it, I'll figure it out how to get it. I don't know about it, I'll figure it out. I want to reach there, I will figure it out how I get there. So my simple philosophy is I will figure it out.
One podcast or TED talk you'd recommend.
Well, there are many. I think it's very specific that, the choice of podcast and TED Talks are very specific to the requirements and your subject. But since I've just given a TED Talk, so I would rather talk about one TED Talk that I feel that all parents and teachers should watch is the one that I just gave, which is called Caution with Confidence. The way we are using the word confidence, and it is actually damaging a lot of individual students. I feel that we should be very cautious. So I've spoken about how we should talk about the word confidence. It's not about you are not confident, Karan, you are not confident, Gaurav, Gauri, you are confident. It is not like that. It is very simple. It should be always associated with task. Karan, you're confident in this. Gauri, you're not confident in this. So it should be task related so that it doesn't become a personality trait of that individual and he starts showing those behaviors in anything and everything he or she is doing. And when it comes to the second part of confidence is learning. If you know how to do a task, you should also know how to exhibit it. So learning those non-verbal behaviors to exhibit that you can do it, verbal and non-verbal behaviors to exhibit that you can do it is the second part of confidence. So I feel if we just start using and understand how to use this word confidence consciously, we will bring the magic of confidence in anyone and everyone's life.
Your all time favorite quote.
Okay, there is one thing that I follow and I try to remind myself, and I think this is a quote from Stephen William Hawking, which says that people will not have time for you if you're always angry and complaining. That is something that, I feel that if I get into that complain or nagging zone, I remind myself of that, and I just try to get me out of that. And again, I get back to the same philosophy: figure it out. You have a complaint, figure it out. You have a problem, figure it out yourself. Don't go and cry to the world.
One thing people would be surprised to know about you.
People will be surprised to know about me. Can I tell this here? Okay.
Go ahead.
People say, those whosoever will meet me, they'll say you have a lot of energy, you are on stage, you are a speaker, and if you see my Insta, I'm a very I love social life. I'll go partying, clubbing, all of that. I'll network, but I'm an introvert. I love my couch, I love my coffee, I love my book pen, and I love writing. I am an introvert, but the work that I have, right? It requires me to be able to go network, be on stage, have that life, and I feel that I have embraced that skill, and that is helping me in my work and my roles and goals. So yeah, people will be actually surprised to know that I'm an introvert. I actually, sometimes you will find me just sitting very silently, quietly. I like to do that, and so yeah, I'm an introvert, but my social media will not say, my stage presence will not say that, my trainings will not say that, my friends will not say that. So having said that, you can have two sides to yourself, and which will help you to, and there's nothing wrong in it, right? You embrace it, you learn it, because your roles and goals require it. As simple as that.
Ma'am, this has been such an enriching conversation. Thank you for sharing your journey, your wisdom, and your honesty with all of us. We are indeed grateful to have you as a guest for today. We do hope our viewers enjoy the interview as much as we have, and we believe that it served the very purpose of Mark Talks, as we were able to get insights from the person who has seen it all and done it all.
Thank you so much for inviting me and giving this opportunity to come and talk to you. I have not shared my story before, but I'm happy, and I hope it just help.
Truly, ma'am, your insights and confidence, communication, and courage will stay with our audience for a long time. Thank you so much. Hope you had a really great time here.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Marketing Society. And a big thank you to Shahid Bhagat Singh College. Maybe in future, if I'll get the opportunity, I'll get to come to your college or will meet you. Thank you. Till then, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Truly
ma'am.
honored to have you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.